Okay, start. It's a busy morning session and we've got a lot to go through. I know there's some people out there still networking. We'll let them get on with it. So let me welcome you to ENOG number 7 here in Moscow. It's fantastic to be back here. My name is Serge Radovcic. I'm the Chief Communications Officer of the RIPE NCC. We're one of the hosts for the meeting, and we act as Secretariat and help organize this fantastic event. I'm glad to see so many of you came out in force. I believe we have around 540 people registered for the plenary and the tutorials, which is great to see. I'm really glad you turned out. I should also start by congratulating many of you. I wasn't aware of it till 2:30 this morning, but Russia won the World Championships against Finland in ice hockey, so congratulations to you all. I know this. I only know this because everyone was outside the hotel screaming and shouting and yelling and drinking water until quite late. One interesting thing you might want to take advantage of is I was looking through the attendee list, and we actually have, surprising enough, one Finnish person on the mailing list. So on the list. So it's actually Curtis Lindqvist. He's over in the corner hiding back there. He actually wrote himself down as Sweden, but he is from Finland. So maybe you want to go and, with a big smile on your face, commiserate him and say how sorry you are that he lost. Sorry about that, Curtis, but at least you'll get a bit of attention. Okay, but let's get on with things. It does take a lot of work to put these meetings together, and we're based in Amsterdam, so it's quite difficult for us to arrange all the logistics. So we always need a host for any of these meetings that we put together. And this time around, we have a fantastic host in the name of TCI. They will be presenting. Alexei Platonov will say a few words in a minute. So thank you very much, Alexei, and your team for helping us arrange this meeting. Of course, it costs money. There is no registration fee, but there are a lot of costs involved. The RIPE NCC puts forward some money for that. Our host also puts forward quite a lot of money. And of course, we have quite a few sponsors that you can see here on the list. So please do look at their names, because they are the ones that are helping provide all the services for this meeting so that you guys can enjoy it free of charge. Now, the RIPE NCC, we look after quite a large region, 76 countries in our service region. The ENOG region makes up a considerable amount of that. In fact, I think we have around 1,700 members throughout what we would call the ENOG region, which makes up between about 15 and 20% of our membership. So it's quite an important stakeholder in our arena. In Russia alone, we have 1,145 members. They're our second biggest member, just after the UK, who has 1,200 members. So again, it is very important for the NCC to come out here and meet with our membership. The last time we were here was the last time we were in Russia was in St. Petersburg about a year ago today. And back then I was on stage asking a lot of our members and the community at large to fill in our survey for the RIPE NCC to tell us about the services you want and the direction you want us to take. Now, the Russians were actually one of the highest number that filled in this survey, so I'd really like to thank you for that. You guys told us that you want us to reach out more, you want us to think about languages, and we're doing that. We've now got a couple of we've got one Russian staff member on board. I won't go too much into that because he's actually going to be presenting a little bit later today, and he's going to explain a lot more about what we're doing here in Moscow and in the region. We are thinking about languages. We are starting to translate parts of our website. We are starting to translate parts of the material that we hand out in both Russian and other languages throughout our service region. So it is something that we're not trying to spend too many resources on. We're trying to carefully spend them, but we are paying attention to this. We did get that message, and it is something that we're striving for. ENOG itself, what's it about for the newcomers? Perhaps I can see a show of hands. How many people are coming to the very first ENOG meeting? Can you raise your hand? Oh, so there's quite a few of you. That's good. So that means that I'm assuming, if my mathematics is correct, the rest of you have been to an ENOG meeting before or don't understand the translators. But that's great. It's great to see some new faces, but it's great to see that community that's following along. So for some of those new people, or for some of you that need reminding, why are we here? Well, we're here to share information. We're here to give local and regional representatives the chance to get up and talk about some of the ideas, some of their best practices, and let you discuss those ideas, perhaps debate those ideas, or perhaps add something to it. So it's really about sharing information, discussing, debating, and participating. And that's something I want to talk about for a second. As you can see, there's quite a few microphones around here. We do want you to participate. We do want you to contribute to discussions. If there's something you don't agree with, if there's something you don't understand, if there's something you'd like to add, please make use of the microphone and contribute and participate in this forum. We also provide a lot of opportunities for you guys to network. Talking to a few of you this morning, I understand there's only a few meetings like this where many of you get together in such a large group. I know obviously many of you meet one-on-one in Moscow, but this meeting offers you the opportunity to start networking with people from around the country, around the region, and internationally. So do take advantage of that during the coffee breaks and at the social events that we've helped prepared. Obviously, we want to know if we're heading in the right direction. The PC wants to know if we're heading in the right direction with the program they're putting together. The coordination committee wants to know if the direction that ENOG taking is the right direction. So I think Andrei Robuchevsky will introduce the PC a little bit later, so I'll leave that to him to talk about that. But what I'm getting at is engagement, and feedback is essential to us. You can come and see me, you can come and see our staff, tell them your ideas about what you think of this meeting, where you feel it should go. Any feedback is welcome. So please do feel that it's your meeting. So we need to know where you guys want to take this meeting in the future. I'd like to introduce a couple of special guests, if I can call them that. There's many special guests. I mean, you're all special guests as far as I'm concerned. But there are a couple of people that I did believe I should highlight. There's the chairman of the RIPE NCC board, Nigel. I know you hate to do this, but can I ask you to stand up for a minute, please? Nigel Titley, the chairman of the RIPE NCC board, is with us today. And Dmitry Burkov, could I also ask you to stand up? Dmitry is also on the RIPE NCC board. So if there's certain RIPE NCC matters that you feel you'd like to talk to, I'm sure these gentlemen would be more than happy to share a cup of coffee with you and chat about that. We do have quite a few staff here, I think 16 staff. We've got a RIPE NCC services desk outside that's available. Please do take the opportunity to talk to the staff. We have at least 2 Russian-speaking staff with us. Anna is at the services desk, and Victor. Victoria in the room? Where's Victor? Victor's probably outside as well. So we have at least 2 staff that speak Russian if you feel more comfortable speaking Russian. Or you can always grab one of the translators and speak to us, or we can just have a go in English, whatever you prefer. I'm open for everything. Now, we just had a RIPE meeting 2 weeks ago in Warsaw. Some of you were there. I recognize a few of the faces. Some of you may have been watching it. Some of you maybe just heard about it. It was quite a special event. It was the 25th anniversary of RIPE. So we did have a few celebrations, and we did take a look back at the history of RIPE. So that was a fantastic occasion. But that also marked another special occasion. And that was the handing over of the chairmanship of RIPE from Rob Loxell to Hans-Peter Holland. Now, both those gentlemen will be getting on stage shortly after me, so I think they can probably explain everything a lot better than me. But I just wanted to let you know that we did recognize that you guys were an important part of that RIPE community, and we wanted to bring that here to let you guys be a part of it and share that with us. So we will be introducing both those gentlemen to you later today. I think I've pretty much covered most of the things I wanted to cover. Just one thing, many of you, I know it's very popular in Russia and throughout the region, is the RIPE Atlas project. We do have probes available. We do have a limited amount of probes available, and there are a lot of probes in Russia. But one area, or a couple of areas that we're looking to get more probes into, the Atlas probes into, is in Siberia and the eastern part of Russia. So if any of you are from a little bit further east of the Urals, then please come and talk to one of the staff members or the people at the services desk, and they can hand you out a probe. We'd love to get a few more probes spread out throughout the region. Finally, I was talking about networking and socializing. I think a few drinks always helps break down a few barriers. So we will have a social event tonight where we'll have drinks and dinner. It's not far from this hotel, just a few minutes away. I believe most of you have this flyer in your pack. If you haven't got one, you can get it at the registration desk. We'd love to see all of you there tonight to be able to talk a little bit further about what we saw today, and in a little bit more unofficial manner, talk about the future of ENOG as well, and anything else you'd like to get off your chest. So I think that's about it for me. So once again, welcome to the meeting. Fantastic turnout. I'm very pleased to see it. It makes me know that our work is worthwhile. So thank you for showing that appreciation. I'll now hand over to Alexander. Alexander's going to take over, and he will be the chair for the opening plenary. So thank you very much. Enjoy the meeting.
Здравствуйте.
Hello, I would like to welcome you on behalf of the program committee, ENOG program committee. Alexey Robachevsky will speak about that more in detail. Now I would like to give the floor to the Deputy Minister of Communications, Igor Milashevsky, the advisor. Good afternoon. I would like to congratulate you on embarking on ENOG 7 sessions. This is a very serious event, although it's not been advertised widely, but we really tackle your work with great attention. We have representatives from RIPE NCC here on the floor, and I would like to express my appreciation to the organizers, and I would like to address my special gratitude to RIPE NCC, this unique self-regulating organization which has celebrated its 25th anniversary, and its success in their operations in 75 countries deserves respect. It has been done with very high professional attitude, and those fireworks in Warsaw were really remarkable, and they shook Warsaw a little bit. In the course of the celebration, I just remember that meeting where I was involved, and I'm very grateful for RIPE for organizing all those events. And one of the initiatives was to create the Eurasian group of the internet providers, internet operators as we call it. And the work that you're currently conducting has been successful so far, obviously, because we live in the internet environment in Europe, one of the biggest in the world, and these forecasts for 2015 show that there will be 90 million internet users and $30 million. That's how large the internet commerce market would be worth of. And the sustainable growth sources of the economic and social prosperity and the stability of the internet structure and the availability of the services provided and the connectivity of the network environment. All these items are extremely important, and you dedicate your work to those things. One of the manifestations of the economic and social values would be, in my view, that social responsibility that you express and show doing your work, and I would like to thank you for the work you do. I would like to wish you success in all your strivings. If you consider things that you do important, please keep us posted in what you do. Thank you very much, and I would like to wish you success. I would like to invite you and your colleagues to participate actively during the course of these 2 days of sessions. I would like to give the floor to one of the co-organizers of the conference, the representative of the Technical Center for Internet, Alexei Platonov. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues. I'm happy to see you at this regular forum. I'm from the Technical Internet Center, Технический центр Internet, being one of the organizers of this event. Just a few words about this organization. The Technical Center was established in 2009, and Daniel Carender from RIPE NCC, the chief scientist, said, well, now we know who we contact if there is something wrong on the internet. Because the name was a little bit ambitious, the Technical Center for the Internet, but we try to match it, because the Technical Center for the Internet has succeeded the work from the public research facility for networking, for networks that had been administering the .ru national domain, and until 2009 was actually performing the functions of the Technical Center, and afterwards the Technical Center for the Internet had inherited it all and started and continued that work at a higher level with a higher profile, and currently we are working with the .ru and .rf domains, SU domain, and the new domains which had been created in the ICANN program, .deti and .tatar. It was a lengthy process. It involved the development of the internet infrastructure. Our organization is very much interested in having sites for open professional discussion of the items related to the actual infrastructure and the development of the network as a network. There were a lot of issues related to the content and things, and they are all at the applied level, but the actual network development well, how do I put it? We support 2 events, ENOG and MSK-IX forum. These are the 2 sites for such discussions, and they just fall into proper alignment, and that's why we support them. I would like to express my hopes. I would like to hope for this ENOG events. ENOG events will continue, and they will spread into new countries, and there'll be more people from other countries visiting Moscow. The ones involved in ENOG, and we will provide our support. I hope that this forum will be successful for you. Thank you very much, and good luck. My colleagues and friends, on behalf of the program committee, I would like to welcome you at the 7th ENOG meeting. Eurasia Network Operators Group. Here was the program committee. There were 20 people working, designing, creating all these sessions that we will go through. I hope you'll be actively involved in the discussions, and I would like to ask the members of the program committee who are currently on the floor, please stand up. The program committee members, please stand up so that we can see you. We are also wearing the red badges. That's how you can tell us. We have red badges. If you have questions, suggestions, please come up to us. Please find us on the floor. Your opinion is very important for us and interesting for us. The program committee started working on the actual agenda in December when we first time got together and we discussed interesting topics that might be crucial for ENOG. And then we continued to update the agenda and make it more selective. And today's agenda, tomorrow's agenda is the result of that work. That the program committee was selecting interesting presentations, and for selecting interesting presentations we need to thank you and the speakers that we are going to listen to today and tomorrow. Just a couple of words about our agenda. ENOG, Eurasia Network Operators Group, and we will be focusing on problems and issues of the network operators, but we also will be hitting some adjacent topics that are of a concern to the society. The market regulation items and the internet governance, all these items will shed some light on these items. Blitz reports. We have a section which will run tomorrow on Tuesday. In the end of the first session we will have blitz reports for 5-minute presentation, 5-minute Q&A, short spontaneous presentations, and we have 2 slots for 2 more blitz reports if you like. So if you would like to participate and share your ideas, please use this URL and send an application with your presentation, and the program committee will address it tonight and inform you on adopting this, accepting or rejecting. Tomorrow on Tuesday, the first session, will have a roundtable discussion. It will be a roundtable discussion with a slightly mysterious name: the new functions of the new top-level domain. We'll be speaking about the support of the Cyrillic in web and electronic mail. We'll speak about the support of the Cyrillics. I hope it will be interesting to you, so you are all invited to the morning roundtable session. We value your opinion. Your feedback is crucial. We can only go as far as we have your feedback. So please address your opinion to us, what you consider interesting or less interesting. We also have an hour and a half session of tutorials. Please evaluate the tutorials, the more practical training, and the more educational presentation. On a session where you'll be able to come up to the microphone and express your ideas and give your advice. And you can also send your feedback online. Please register and send us your feedback. I think this is it, and I would like to wish you a nice day and a half. Thank you very much again. Andrei, I forgot to say about a very important thing. The red badges people are volunteers. We are volunteers. We do not depend on sponsors or organizers. So if you think that you can work for the society and get the red badge and nothing more, be a volunteer, you are invited to work with us on a free basis. Thank you. Thank you, Alexander.